Opening day, and here's the first pitch, and the season's over.
Suck, you jackass.
What's up, Slayer? Kelly, Dating Girl, crew, how's everybody doing tonight? Is your air fryer your oven, or do you have a whole separate air fryer? Nice, 70 straight. Appreciate that. Feel sorry for your brain cells, but I appreciate that. Right, where are you at, Slayer? You're at like 205 or something now? See, that's why he's the hammer. I did learn a neat little trick with this thing. It might kill me if I have to start over, but... You take advantage of the jank physics. Weird chicken chat? You mean Alice's stream? Yes, I'm gonna make ziti tomorrow.
Well, don't I don't use spinach anyway. I use it in lasagna. I've never used it in ziti. I need the invincibility monitor. I keep missing it. Yeah, I like doing the mornings because I go right to work afterwards. And it prevents me from going back to bed after the kids are out the door and falling back asleep and being late for work. It sounds delicious. I haven't bought any leafy greens in a while either. I bought some greens, like I bought zucchini, I bought peppers, broccoli, asparagus. But I haven't bought lettuce, I haven't bought Swiss chard, I haven't bought spinach, anything like that in a while. Well, I know, that's what I said. I said I have bought greens, I haven't bought leafy greens. Sounds good. Enjoy your reading. So if in the next couple days Kelly's in the Discord asking us if we know any good plumbers in her area, now we'll know why. I have decided unilaterally for the entire world, I don't care if they agree with me or not, that this is the worst port of Sonic 1 ever created. No, I haven't played all of them, and yes, I'm just gonna say it's the worst one. He like took damage there for like literally no reason. Phantom hitbox was just like, hey, you're gonna get hit. Good thing though, you just have to worry about jank deaths. I'm not worried about rings or collecting Chaos Emeralds, so we at least don't have to worry about that. Now, on the flip side of that, I will say this is actually the most fun version of Green Hill Zone. Once I figured out you could do a spin dash manipulation to like glitch your way through the entire level, it's just hilarious. I'm gonna try. Honestly, I managed to go deathless earlier from Spring Yard to the end of the game. When I got all the emeralds and beat the game. There's a lot less jank deaths once you're past Spring Yard. Because there's really less that's gonna like accidentally crush you to death. But the underwater parts in Labyrinth that lag in the Genesis game, double, triple lag here. Which means it's going so slow you pretty much can't die, because it's just almost impossible. In Starlight Zone, the teeter-totter things with the spikes are broken. You have to land on them just the right way, and you have to hope that the glitchiness actually launches you like it's supposed to. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there teeter-tottering for like 2 minutes back and forth. But yeah, when you start going that fast, I don't know if it's the Game Boy Advance responding to it or the way they did the port, the game has no idea what to do with it. It's like the game is just like, I don't think Sonic's supposed to be moving like that. So they just kind of like catapult you to the right. Kind of like how in Mario, if you get stuck on the wall, they just push you to the right. Like there, how it like launched me to the right when I jumped up and didn't hit a button because it thought I was going too fast. It's like, no, you're supposed to be over there. Good evening, how you doing? Thank you for that. I even found a cheese exploit. For the final boss. So the main concern is the entirety of Marble Zone, the entirety of Spring Yard Zone, drowning in Labyrinth, getting hit, and either dying or drowning to the final boss in Labyrinth because it lags like a mofo. Starlight Zone, it's mostly just you go the lower path worrying about the pitfalls. If you're on the upper path, then it doesn't matter. And then Scrap Brain Zone, there's crush traps, there's pitfalls, that's the one where you're like, oh, fuck. You can't take the upper path because if you do happen to fall to the lower path, the screen crunches so bad you'll never see where you're going and you won't land where you need to land.
You can call me handsome guy.
But yeah, I was so freaking relieved earlier to get all 6 emeralds and just get that out of the way. Ow. I don't like only having one ring because if I get hit and then I don't pick it up, with the jankness of the physics in this, I'm gonna die. I died on one of those earlier because I was on the right side of it, just pushing against it. Not even under it, just literally pushing on the side, and the game thought I got crushed to death. I'm just like, are you serious?
Ayanikel asked me,
AI being nice, I don't know.
in your best seduction voice, can you tell Grumpy why he's the best streamer? Max length response, please. Oh, Daddy, nobody runs that chaos like you. Your hands on that controller make me weak. The way you navigate those pixels so smooth.
Wrong way.
Zero, Dad. Please. You're already zeroing out my restraint. Keep owning that jank-ass porn. Hot
Lola's voice is not that loud compared to the other ones. Were you able to hear that okay, or is it... I had to up the RetroArch volume a little bit. If it's overpowering the redeems, I can lower it. I couldn't even hear what she said because it doesn't come through my sound system very well. Try that. I'm gonna have to look up the transcript, I guess. Ow. What's up, Kickmate? How you doing? Game Boy Advance, the world's shittiest Sonic 1 port ever made. I'm doing alright. I am trying to cope with the fact that I discovered I am clearly a masochist that I continue to play this horrible, horrible game. Oh shit. Oh shit, double shit. What? You can't see the lava that's down there when you jump? Yeah, we don't care. Just go ahead and do it anyway. Where are you, Eggman? Oh, there you go. We'll just ride on your little machine here. Oops. fell off Eggman while I was riding him. Eight. It just doesn't actually tell you when you're hitting it versus when it's iframes, because it just always looks like you're hitting them. I'm less concerned about Labyrinth, other than Act 3, than I am about Spring Yard. Because these platforms, the physics in this game are so jank, and it'll randomly register that I got crushed when I didn't. See, Labyrinth Zone, the water slows you down so much that it becomes a slog anyway. So you'll pretty much stop at every air bubble just to get air anyhow, so it kind of eliminates the drowning threat. Because you're literally just standing there waiting for the game to catch up and stop lagging, so you're like, I may as well get some air. Yeah, right.
If you're feeling kind of dubious, he's a doctor that you call. Yeah.
Gotta play the theme song when he shows up.
He'll save your life and crack a joke about the stories that you never told.
Oh wait, did I add a picture? What's the picture? I don't even remember. I don't see them. 'Cause I'm looking at the other monitor. Okay, I remember now. Did Junior come home yet, or is he still visiting family? Gotcha. Is he off of school this week? Dude, that AI music thing made some really good songs. Oh, that's right. It's August. What the hell am I thinking? Summer vacation. I forget because my older son is a senior in high school and he's already back in school. I'm honestly tempted to ask David Attenborough to create a theme song for the stream, to like write lyrics for me, and then I'll go to that AI music app and type in the lyrics and say create a song out of this. This is where I took that jank Spring Death earlier, so I went the slower way this time. He had all of June, all of July, and he went back last week. It was the end of May. So he had 9 to 10 weeks. didn't mean
Ancient
now.
Slayer 7 asked me, write a song for Grumpy's channel. Max Length response. The blue blur sprints through code so flawed, a glitchy mess that leaves us awed. Grumpy Dad TV takes the lead, with 0 deaths their only creed. Through spikes and bugs, the path is grim, but victory belongs to them. The frame rate drops, the system groans. They sit upon these digital thrones. A master of the jank and grime.
For once, he's not mocking me. He's mocking the game.
A legend in this pit.
Yours starts in July? Oh, but you're also only getting 6 weeks, so you probably have, you get more time off, like, during the year. If we end up getting to the last boss, you guys are going to love the chicken shit strategy I came up with. Okay. He gets 1 week in October. He gets 2 weeks at Christmas. 1 week in the spring, and then 9 or 10 weeks for summer. Look. Okay, there we go. It all adds up to the same in the end, really. I'd rather have more holidays during the year and smaller summer vacation. Well, you know why this is so bad, right? Because Genesis does what Nintendo don't. And obviously, Game Boy Advance, being a Nintendo console, couldn't handle it. So clearly, Sega was right. Oh, thank God, rings. Okay. I can't stand not having rings with how, like... Well, I mean, think about it. This was the worst Sonic 1 port ever, and it's Game Boy Advance, right? So clearly, Nintendo really don't. Is there a reason I can't get up there? Let's go. That's why I'm afraid of Crush Death. Because it lags so bad that if you get stuck half an inch in the wrong spot... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whew. I mean, the only reason I've made it this far is because I've played so many Sonic 1 ROM hacks and such recently that I've, like, re-familiarized myself with the game. And I'm taken to just looking up and scrolling the screen, like, every chance I get. Oh, don't worry, Harold. Wait till you see the next level and there's actual water physics. You're not gonna feel bad. You're gonna laugh at me like they're everybody else. Let's be honest here. All right, Sonic, let's slow it down a little bit here. All right. I'll choose to believe that. You know what it really feels like? I've only ever played it once or twice, and only for like 5 minutes. It feels like the Game Gear Sonic games. With the weird, like, Master System-like sound effects, and slow pace, and the lag, and screen crunch, things just popping up at the last second. It really does feel like an amateur fan decided, hey, I'm going to port this to Game Boy Advance. And you look at it and be like, wow, you know, you did a really good job. And, you know, with no tools, no professional tools or whatever, and no budget. But then you find out actual Sega had made this, and you're like, what? Yeah, Sega officially released this with all this lag and everything. And the best part about it, the most ironic part, is they released it the same year as Sonic 06. You remember how much of a glitchy mess that game is. Maybe. They shouldn't be, though. The Sonic 1 years with Genesis, Sega won those console wars. It wasn't until Sega CD and then the Saturn that they started screwing up and started losing. In fact, I don't think Nintendo's won the console wars since Sega beat them, because after Sega started screwing up, Sony took over with the PlayStation and then the PlayStation 2. Right? I don't think Nintendo's really quote-unquote won a generation of console wars until maybe the Switch 2, and I mean, I haven't seen the numbers, so I don't know for sure. That's just speculative on my part. And I'm not sure what Switch 2 competes against, but I would think the Switch 2 is going to beat whatever it competes against due to the lower price tag. It's more expensive than Switch, but I missed my ride. I missed my ride again. Alright, going the long way. I tried to go back up for the shortcut, but I can almost guarantee I would have been crushed to death on those spikes due to the lag. See what I mean about the extra lag when you're underwater? It's really not. Like, they stopped in 2001, 2002, I think. This game's biggest issue is the same issue Sonic 06 had. They rushed it out for Sonic's 15th anniversary. Same thing they did with 06. They wanted it for the holidays and for the anniversary, and like, you hear that sound effect? That's a Sega Master System Game Gear sound effect all day long. You can't tell me it's not. No, 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 no. Just, like, rings, get some rings. Like, there's no way I got hit by that thing there. The hitbox is just like, yeah, you took damage. See, that's the thing. As a machine, it probably is technically more powerful, but that doesn't mean the speakers and the audio capabilities are on par with a console that's designed to be played on a television. And I don't think they accounted for that. And you know what? You can see it. Anybody that owns a Switch, you can see it there too, where the sound effects and the music in the games don't sound remotely as good or the same in handheld mode that they do on the television. And that's with as good a technology as we have today, let alone in 2006 when they put this out. Yeah, the game tried really hard to kill me there when that thing just jumped down through the roof that wasn't even opened yet. No, is that an album or a game? He really is. Like, he fires out of the water like it's no tomorrow. Oh, rings. Thank you. Sonic 3 ROM hack? Is it good? Because I love Sonic 3. It was my favorite. I'll have to check it out. What's up, Minus? I played Amy Rose in Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Mastered the retro achievements for 1 and 3. I'm working on 2. And there's a Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or I guess it just is Sonic Genesis games in general, ROM hack called Sonic Delta that I've never played but is supposedly really good, that I want to check out too. But I'll have to check that out. Is that available on Sonic Retro? That site's got a lot of the Sonic hacks on it. Well, I'm not a lawyer, but I will say, given most corporate environments, I'm not. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll wait. Talking to the poor guy about what's going on, and he's on an ad. I love how I came over to get the invulnerability and ended up taking damage in the process. I'm definitely going to check it out. And then we'll play it on stream for my first time playthrough. There's a couple Mario 64 Ocarina of Time hacks I want to play too. Even though I'm ranked like over 2,000 something, I'm currently in the top 1% on points and retro achievements. I only really started doing a lot of it this year. I did it last year before I started streaming, but I didn't get like back into it really till this year. So I've decided I want to see how far up the rankings we can climb. Which is why I said I'm going to branch out with some other games or some bad games that have achievement sets I can't finish without save states. Because I'm just going to get the ones I can, play some new games, try some new ones, get the points. And then I'll try to master the sets that I think I can, you know, like Mega Man. Yeah, I don't know. The GBA can't handle it. I was saying, I'm not a lawyer, but I know corporate environments well enough to know that once HR gets a hold of something, it's not surprising to me they took the course of action they did versus risking a lawsuit doing nothing had it been correct. You know what I mean? Just remember that HR, a lot of places, is very similar to the way a union is in a lot of places. In that it's designed to protect the bad apples and not the good apples. You know, unions that do right by their members are really good. But there are, of course, some out there that don't do right by their members. They just collect their union dues and there you go, Rob Lawyers is here. I'm trying to see if I can get up there for rings. Oh shit, okay, bad idea. Okay. Whew. Yeah, and I mean, when you add that into the mix, you know, you're adding in a lot of legalities and just a lot of things that, you know, I can't speak to. I'm not in corporate law. I'm not a lawyer. I know that in the US, we've got the Americans with Disabilities Act. And they're supposed to make reasonable concessions. I don't know if ADHD and autism is considered a disability under the ADA in America. But I have no idea how the Canadian system works. Okay, like, again, how did I get hit? It's like, huh? Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, Frank.
Man, we're gonna need some air in a second. Oh, there's some. First, there's no rings. Okay, rings first. There we go. Air second. Oh, all right. Whew, I can breathe a little bit again. Wait, what's making you anxious? Oh, I know, right? How do you think I feel? Well, I mean, to be fair, Kelly, you inspired it. It was entirely your idea. I am not looking forward to this boss. As long as I have the shield, I could theoretically... Well, fuck. Thank you, game. Alright, I could theoretically take 2 hits. I'm not worried about the hits. I'm worried about drowning. because of the lag when you take hits. And Sonic, jump all the way up. Yep, I knew it. I knew once I got hit the second time, I didn't have enough time to get up. If the RNG had the spike going the other way, I wouldn't have drowned. It was the spike that killed me.
Oh, frick.
I didn't. Because I didn't order the package, she did. So she would have to go in and complain. It's not something I can do from my Amazon.
Charlie! Charlie! Charlie!
Oh, yeah, they messed it up horribly. But hey, I got the achievement for finishing a level in under 21 seconds.
What I was saying about Sonic having a really crazy slingshot effect? It's actually much too close for comfort.
Yeah, got that one too. As much as Marble Zone is also a slog, we've at least gotten Act 1 down to like 2 minutes. Also, in the off chance I actually managed to get 15 lives for that achievement, and since it's a deathless run anyway, that's the only reason I'm stopping in here to grab the one up. That's gonna... I didn't think of that. Wait a second. That's gonna rain fire down on my head. I'm all just chilling and waiting. It's not. It seems like it is, but it's only because we're not underwater anymore. So the lag doesn't seem as bad as it was. Trust me, it's still just as bad. Yeah, see, there you go. Supposed to be finding all the 1-ups in Act 1, 2, and 3. I have no idea where they are. I know where 3 of them are, but if there's more than 3, then I'm out of luck.
Charlie! Charlie! Charlie!
Game Boy Advance. There's a spin dash. It's just super dangerous to use it. Generally, yes. There's more points for tougher achievements. Then there's also the secondary point system, which is retro points. And those are awarded, and they change daily, but they're awarded on rarity. So if you have a bunch of rare achievements that not a lot of other people have, they're worth more. And they do that in the sense of, you know, you could farm out a ton of points on easy achievements and never complete a full set. And not do, you know, the harder ones ever. Took me a while to get used to it and to realize how the point system worked. The main mistake I made with that Labyrinth boss was I couldn't get up to the ledge 3 different times. It started the countdown, which triggered having to move quicker than I wanted to move, which led to my dying. Of course, the game screwed me by giving me a phantom hit and making me lose my bubble, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Because the screen crunch is so tight, it's a big part of what makes using the spin dash kind of dangerous, because you can't see where you're spinning into.
Grumpy Dad! Hi, my name's Grumpy Dad, and I'm grumpy.
Thank you for the 12 months of Prime Gaming, Minus. Appreciate that. Been a year already. Wow. Time flies, huh? I think Cheeseburger's been playing the beta. If I'm remembering right. Are you sure your stream was behind and it's not just a massive lag in the game? I've got an achievement icon in the corner now, so I'm guessing I found all the 1-ups. Now I just have to complete the act. Scam train indeed, that's why it's purple. Mostly Minus, you're battling 2 things there. Number 1, you're battling people who don't pay attention. They don't see the sign that says no left turn. And you're battling the people that just don't give a crap because they think they're special and they don't need to listen. Oh my god. Did you see that? I definitely landed in the lava there, right? And somehow jumped out. Even without the headphones, it fucking scares me.
You understand?
Doesn't matter what I said because you're special and you don't need to listen. How you doing tonight? Thank you for the bit, Slayer. To be fair, Harold, unless it's different in England, bicycles are still considered motor vehicles in the eyes of the law here. You still have to follow all the same rules of the road. You're still supposed to signal, you're still supposed to stop at stop signs, red lights, etc. Sonic, stop moving left. I mean, like, every person that rides a bicycle goes the wrong way down a one-way, because you can hide on the corner or jump up on the curb at the sidewalk if you had to. I shouldn't laugh, but that's hilarious. Like, how do you fall off the bike when it's not even moving? You're talking a bicycle bike, not like a motorcycle bike, right? Like, how do you accomplish that? Good evening. How you doing tonight? Those. Pop with you guys. Here. Home free. Alright, so this is, I'll show you partially how the spin dash breaks this port. All you have to do is keep jumping and it. That's crazy. Thanks for the bits, Minus. Like on a one-way going the wrong way, or on a regular two-way street going the wrong way? Neither one's great, but one's a heck of a lot worse than the other. I mean, I'm not even holding right there. I'm literally just jumping, and the game's still just carrying my momentum over as if I was still in motion, which is like, alright, well. But I don't want to try doing that and glitching and whatever too often, because then I'll get stuck in the wall and then I'll have to reset. That's insane. How do you pay so little attention that you end up going down the wrong way on a separated street? Not today, chicken. Today. Oh shit, spike ball. Spike ball. And then I go from 10 lives to 12 lives. Or 11 lives. I got 100 rings, but did I get like a score 1-up or something earlier?
Minus Games asked me, can you pretend to be a Winnipeg Jets fan father whose daughter brings home a Boston Bruins fan boyfriend, and you roast him and tell him he has 10 seconds to get the fuck out of your house? Oh look, a Bruins fan. Figures. You probably think you belong in this house, just like you think that pathetic team of yours belongs on the ice. Get that yellow and black trash out of my sight. You have 10 seconds to get the fuck out of my house before I show you exactly what a real hit looks like. 1, 2, 3. Move it, you miserable clown. You are
What a real hit.
disgrace
It's
to
like-
this living room.
Man, David did not hold back. He does not like Bruins fans. Can you imagine if Minus told him to be a Montreal Canadiens father? Thank you for the bit, sir. You stupid piece of crap crab. I'm gonna turn you into lunch. No. I'm from New York City. Not now, but originally. I am, however, a hockey aficionado. #1 favorite sport, so I'm a big Rangers fan. Hence the Rangers jerseys and the walls. Harold, you don't pay to get rid of your crabs. You just share the wealth with other people. I'm sure the British Health Ministry has a picture of you on its wall that says, "Beware this man." He's not a real doctor. If he offers you proctology exams, run away quickly. Yeah, I mean, I suppose. Why should you be the only one that's itchy and miserable? Granted, here that's a felony if you do it on purpose, but you don't strike me as the type of man that minds a prison sentence.
Minus Games asked me, now pretend to be a Montreal grandpa, remembering the good old days
Ooh, grandpa.
before the 1993 Stanley Cup win, then roast the Leafs' 1967 drought. Back in the day, the Forum had a soul, the air thick with sweat and glorious ambition. We watched legends skate with grit long before the 93 glory. Now look at the Leafs. 59 years of pure, unadulterated failure. It is a pathetic display of historical incompetence. They are the laughing stock of the league, a franchise that defines mediocrity, a truly miserable bunch of losers.
You know, I don't particularly have anything against the Maple Leafs. But as a Rangers fan, I am pretty glad they eclipsed our 54 years. I really wouldn't want to have the mantra of longest Stanley Cup drought in league history. And I don't know if the Leafs are the longest at this point. I think Chicago may have been like 60 something, but I don't remember. It may have been that they won in 60 something.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
I'm trying. The game lags in the water. You know what's really sad though, guys? I took the death 55 minutes into the stream. We're in Act 1 of that same level, and it's an hour and 22 minutes. Which means Labyrinth Zone either took me 20 some odd minutes to get to that point the first time, or I was being way too overly cautious on the first run. Well, if you went to prison, we know what your job would be. You'd be the prison proctologist. All right, if we're going to take Crew's statement as logic, that would tell me that county prison's not that bad. State prison being worse, meaning federal prison is probably the worst of the worst. So avoid doing federal crimes.
My niece Games asked me,
That did not
can
open
you
the
savagely roast
gate.
Henny Harold? For he hasn't been around for a while, because he was in prison or something. Look at this absolute specimen, Henny Harold, crawling out from the depths of a prison cell like a damp, confused crustacean. They think a stint in the clink is a holiday. How adorable. You have been gone so long, the
Yeah, that
world
actually
barely
worked out
remembers you
because I didn't get
existed.
squished to death.
And frankly, the silence was the only intelligent
But yeah,
thing
we're not
to come
taking
out
the
of your
shortcut,
corner.
apparently.
Welcome back to society, you irrelevant, pathetic waste of space.
David takes no prisoners. David just spouts off at whatever he wants.
Oh, Frank.
Ancient Slayer 7 asked me, who has the worst losing record? 74, 75 Capitals, or Grumpy's gaming career? The 1974-75 Capitals were a disaster, a collection of souls adrift on ice, finishing with a record of 8 to 67 to 5. It is a historical benchmark for absolute ineptitude. Yet, when one observes Grumpy Dad TV stumbling through this pixelated nightmare, dying to every bug, one realizes that for them the misery is not a season, but a permanent, pathetic lifestyle.
Hey,
Grumpy's career is the true tragedy here.
it's hurtful, David. I mean, it's true. It's hurtful. Oh, Oh, I know. That's why I try to avoid hitting them when at all possible. This game has no idea what to do with you when you're going that fast. And this game being as much of a disaster as it is probably why they never did Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Game Boy Advance.
Minus Games asked me, who has more Riz Tima Salan, aka the Finnish Flash or Ancient Slayer? Tima Salan possesses the charisma of a predator, gliding across the ice with a lethal grace that captures the gaze of thousands. Ancient Slayer, by contrast, possesses all the charm of a mildewed sock found beneath a radiator. To compare the Finnish Flash to that tedious bottom feeder is an insult to the very concept of magnetism. One leaves a legacy, the other just leaves a bad taste.
Did he say mildewy sock? Oh my god, he did. That's the fun thing about Tangia is if you use bits instead of points, it'll give you the transcript. I don't know why it doesn't do that for channel points. It almost like doesn't matter at this point who it is. David just goes all in on the insults. All right, drive safe. Don't drop a cigarette on the seats and burn through the
Oh,
cloth.
frick.
Believe me, that kills your trade-in value because you'll never fix that cloth. You know, I've always wanted to pitch to a network. Well, David was kind of mean to everybody
Henny Harold asked me,
from the
Do you
start
have
because
anything
we
nice
asked
to
him,
say
can you
about
roast?
any of us?
And he just went all
Henny
in.
Harold, your capacity for forgiveness is almost as remarkable as your ability to survive the correctional system. While most would wither under a barrage of insults, you display the resilience of a cockroach in a nuclear winter. It is a strange, twisted sort of charm, but in this miserable pit of digital failure,
Hey!
your tenacity is the closest thing.
Why are you
to a
going to insult
positive
me
trait
in the process
I
of
have
complimenting him? So I've always, because I worked in the industry, wanted to pitch to a network, right? Like the way they made The Office. Or, well, the way Ricky Gervais made The Office, and then they kind of took the concept. I'd love them to make like a mockumentary show about a car dealership called The Dealer. There is so much crap that goes on at a car dealership that would just be hilarious for TV. And it's mostly because car sales really does attract all different walks of life.
Crew 11
You have a lot of like
asked me,
crazy characters,
say something
a
nice
lot of
about
like
the
just
superhero of
chill
the stream,
people, crazy
Crew
people.
1124. Crew 1124, a beacon of stoic endurance amidst this chaotic display of incompetence. While the others squabble like scavengers over scraps, Crew
No.
1124 remains the only individual capable of maintaining a shred of intellectual composure. It is a rare display of grace in a digital wasteland of failure. providing the solitary thread.
No,
of
I meant I
sanity
work in the car
that
industry,
prevents this
the
entire
automotive
broadcast
industry, not
from collapsing
show
into
business.
total madness.
I used to do finance at a car dealership. Was a sales manager, a finance manager. I sold cars when I first started out.
Whiny baby pissy pants one asked me, what would mine and Henny Harold's life
Now I
be
work
like if we
on
were
the
married?
insurance side,
Would we
but
have
still
the
in
happily
the
ever
car
after?
business.
A marriage between you, whiny baby pissy pants, and Henny Harold would resemble a collision between two rusted shopping carts in a hurricane. It would not be a happily ever
Rusted
after,
shopping
but
carts.
rather a relentless, loud, and profoundly irritating cycle of bickering. You would spend your days fighting over the remote and your nights wallowing in mutual bitterness. A truly magnificent domestic disaster.
7,900 for a Nissan Armada? That's the big SUV, right? From a dealer or a private seller?
Ancient Slayer 7 asked me, using only 3 words for each victim, describe every person in chat. Crew 1124, stoic, lonely, bright. Henny Harold, crusty, resilient, tedious. Whiny
The engine's
baby,
in
pissy pants,
good
swamp,
running order and the
loud,
body's in
bitter,
good shape.
pathetic.
I would say that's a good
Demcar
deal.
12, gullible,
If you bought it now.
Kegmati, noisy.
When did you buy it?
Vapid, confused. Nlif, clumsy, blind, struggling. Minis, games. Absent, hollow, pointless.
I think that's a good deal.
Ancient, Slayer 7. Mildew,
SUVs are very
useless, dim. Grumpy,
expensive
dad
generally.
TV, incompetent, failing, tragic.
With gas prices being the way they are. SUV costs have come down a little bit to reflect the market. Otherwise, that truck probably would have gone for more. And yeah, I had a lawsuit with Kia over the fact that the car would lose power. And they couldn't figure out why. And it was in the shop for, well, forever, basically. And they refused to lemon it. So I sued them through the lemon law. It didn't end up mattering, actually, because when I got dismissed from my old job and found the new one and had to take the pay cut because the guy I had let run my portfolio kind of screwed me over and fucked me. Really no better term, I suppose, than that. I restructured with the Chapter 13 anyway, and I told Kia to go fuck themselves and just said, here, it's your problem now. And I'm legally protected from paying it, so I don't give a crap. But yeah, without getting into it too much, long story short, I thought I had X amount of money from what I was
Anyhow,
told, and I had a lot
when are you
less.
visiting me?
The
for a
lesson learned. I
proctology
manage my own
exam,
money now.
David? I have absolutely no idea what such an examination entails, as my expertise lies firmly in the
Your Kia is
observation
fine,
of
Slayer.
wildlife
There were no
rather
issues with
than
the engines and the
internal
souls.
mechanics of the human posterior. My schedule is currently occupied by the study of this digital swamp, and I have no desire to venture into the depths of your anatomy. You are quite simply on your own for that particular, deeply unpleasant endeavor.
And the issue I had with mine, it was an electric car. It wasn't necessarily that the engine was bad. It was the power system would just randomly shut off the display. You didn't know how fast you were going. You didn't know if the engine was going to maintain power. You couldn't see anything because everything was digital. There's no instrument cluster in a lot of new cars. There's no arrow going left and right to show you your speed. It's all digital. And if that instrument cluster fails or loses power, you have no idea, you have no way of seeing how fast you're going. And that's the negative to it. And I've been around the cars and the business long enough to know everybody loves it. Right? Everybody loves the digital speedometer the same way they love a watch, a digital watch, right? Versus a clock face watch. But that's because they don't think of the consequence. Now, it's very rare that a digital instrument cluster would fail. Yeah, they didn't put them in your model Soul until the late 2020s. You had to get a higher trim in the Soul for that one. Yeah, there's some cars out there that do have both. And that's the best mix, right? Because if there is a failure with the electric system and you lose the digital instrument cluster, at least you still have the analog going back and forth. Yeah, I know, Crew. I almost shit myself just now. I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. I got so distracted talking about the instrument clusters, I forgot to stop for air. What do you mean by prank analog clock? Like, it's set to the wrong time, or? Oh, so it goes this way instead of that way. I mean, I'd probably get confused too, because, oh crap, I forgot to get the bubble. I can read analog clocks. So that would probably throw me off too. I'd be like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, this port doesn't recognize you transitioned. And so there's no, like, boss music. I know, right? Like, oh, fuck. When I remembered it the last second, Sonic jumps higher in this than he's supposed to. I'm like, shit, go for it. Go for the air. Go for the air. Twice in that act, by the smallest possible margin. Alright, so I'm not worried again till Starlight, really, Act 3. And then Scrap Brain 1 and 2. How the hell did I just fall through the wall? Well, that sucks, because now I have to be concerned, because now I can fall to a death pit. Unless... No, I'm just gonna have to move forward. Be careful. I don't know how it managed to like glitch through the level geometry like that. But I am not happy about it. I am not at all familiar with the bottom of this stage. I always take the top route. Ten out of 10 recommend. Throwing it in the trash. I'm not like... end of the world or anything. It's just I don't know where I'm going down, which is what worries me. See what I mean? Can I even replicate that glitch? Nope, this time he made it through. He's like, whatever. And that's unbelievable. That's just obnoxious. All right. I don't have the patience to start another one tonight. We're going to find some new jank for tomorrow. I'm probably still going to play this off stream. See if I can get those achievements. Yeah, you can put the link in. Because I want to play that too. I like Sonic 3, so any ROM hacks of Sonic 3 are good in my book. Watch that before I go to bed. I'm looking left? I'm looking right, actually. I'm looking left. I'm looking right again. I'm looking left is the cue to say thank you? What? I'm so confused. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow for a new jank game. And, I'll keep you posted in the Discord whether or not I actually complete this challenge at some point. Captain Jank. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Night, everybody.
You suck, you jackass.
I know. I might try one more run of this in the morning. We'll see how I feel.